There's a haze up in the sky, a whisper in the air, silver streaks of mystery. They're flying everywhere, looking up and wondering what they're trying to hide. With chemtrails painting pictures in the blue and white. They're playing with the web in ways we never knew. Hot solid in the background, changing every hue. It's a different kind of forecast, one you can't predict. Chemtrail kind of weather, it's making us sick. They're playing with the weather, the skies are looking strange. Hope is playing melodies that cause the clouds to change. We're visiting the fallout of secrets in the breeze. Chemtrail kind of weather got us falling to our knees. Saw the news this morning, they say it's all a lie, but the patterns in the heavens, they tell a tale so high. Static on the radio, signals in the night. They're tweaking all the frequencies, we're searching for the light. They're playing with the web in ways we never knew. Hearts something in the background, changing every hue. It's a different kind of forecast, one you can't predict. Chemtrail kind of weather, it's making us sick. They're playing with the weather, the skies are looking strange. Hope is playing melodies that cause the clouds to change. We're visiting the fallout of secrets in the breeze. Chemtrail kind of weather got us falling to our knees. So look up to the heavens and question what you see. In this chemtrail kind of weather, is it you or is it me? We'll keep on searching answers in the whispers of the sky. In chemtrail kind of weather, we'll uncover every lie. They're playing with the weather in ways we never knew. Hot something in the background, changing every hue. It's a different kind of forecast, one you can't predict. Chemtrail kind of weather, it's making us sick. They're playing with the weather, the skies are looking strange. Harp is playing melodies that cause the clouds to change. We're dancing in the fallout of secrets in the breeze. Chemtrail kind of weather got us falling to our knees. So look up to the heavens and question what you see. In this chemtrail kind of weather, is it you or is it me? We'll keep on searching answers in the whispers of the sky. In chemtrail kind of weather, we'll uncover every lie. They're playing with the weather in ways we never knew. Hot something in the background, changing every hue. It's a different kind of forecast, one you can't predict. Chemtrail kind of weather, it's making us sick. They're playing with the weather, the skies are looking strange. Hope is playing melodies that cause the clouds to change. We're dancing in the fallout of secrets in the breeze. Chemtrail kind of weather got us falling to our knees.
What a great song they did. Undeniable, my friends. They are playing with the weather. Pretty incredible looking off North Carolina this morning. Undeniable that they are creating this weather with next-rad radar systems that is supposed to be protecting us from the weather, but no, they have overlapped these devices to where they can control the weather. These devices were created to control the weather. I seen in the 1930s, almost 100 years ago, 95 years ago, where they were electrifying the ionosphere with balloons. All these devices were created to control the weather. We have been lied to from day one, my friends. Our parents was lied to, my grandparents was lied to, and my great-grandparents was lied to by these lunatics, families that still controls the weather and the world today. The Illuminati is very real. It took me a long time to go down that dirty rabbit hole. My goodness, was it dirty. Most people don't want to know the truth, do ya? It is heartbreaking, I promise you. But that's all I can do is show you the door to the truth. A lady asked me, what is pathogens? And I want to add that to it because some of this here scares the shit out of me that it's not about weather. Let's go back through the day here. Yesterday, very heavy attack on the United States yesterday. It started way before daybreak over these massive cities with literally millions and millions of people. And it happened in several different locations yesterday, and I'm going to go through that with you. I'll go ahead and put it on full page here. Let's go about daybreak here. And I'm sorry, yesterday I was going to throw the pathogens into it, and I kind of forgot. My neighbor showed up. But massive operation over Wisconsin at 9 a.m. yesterday, Michigan, Ohio, at the exact same time. This has nothing to do with air traffic. If it did, it would be everywhere. It's all of it's minus 50 up there. It has nothing to do with anything. Chemicals. And at the same time, at daybreak on the West Coast, they started chemtrailing. Massive chemtrails starting over Washington. Some of the heaviest chemtrails I've ever seen. Look how massive it is. In Alaska, I've seen huge aircraft, way bigger than we see down here. Spray. Has nothing to do with air traffic. Total annihilation of the people. The Air Force stated they can wipe out everybody with just 3 jets in a city. All these fires are done on purpose as well. Montana, Colorado, Wyoming. There was a big fire here. Yeah, there's still a fire down here. 90 acres, that ain't nothing. Fish Creek, Elk Fire. But, alright, chemtrails, fires, and they have sprayed these forests with this material. The poor people in Mexico, man. I have never seen so much weather just pound these people. They are being destroyed right along with us. They already got the spin going out here I showed yesterday. Let's try to put that in motion. Stand by. Yesterday in my video, you can see the spin already out here. A little bit too far back, but they already had it spinning out here. They call it a tropical storm, but their term rapid intensification, which I've never heard of till recently, and they've been pounding that recently in this last storm. I heard that over and over again because they knew it was going to. And I'll tell you what, something weird about this storm. I drove up our coast and we had 5 foot of water in our yard, almost right under 5 foot. There is no sign damage. There's no tree damage. This is the most unusual storm I've ever been part of, living in Florida my entire life. Okay, what's next? Stand by. I want to show you what the lady wanted to know, what pathogens are. Stand by. I want to show you that information. I will not forget this time. Before I get to that, I want y'all to realize what I truly am. They removed me from my original site. I cannot get back on it for whatever reason they come up with. They're just thinning the herd, my friends. But I'm a commercial fisherman. I have fished up to 5 states in 1 year. All I do is commercial fishing. I've been outside my entire life. What they are doing is so wrong. Stand by, let me find that video for you. This is Fort Detrick, Maryland. They claim it's a cancer research center, but this is the truth of it. Before Kennedy was killed, they told us the truth about everything. But also, if y'all wait, the Air Force will tell you how they can spray pathogens over populations and kill 50% with just 3 aircraft. And I just showed you major spraying with hundreds of aircraft. They never mentioned the eggs, but the hypodermic needle in eggs terrify me, since eggs are one of the most healthiest things you could eat with runny yolk. They play with our food like it's a joke. These mad scientists use us as experiments. They always have. Please watch this incredible video. Sorry it's 10 minutes into the film, but somebody wanted to know, and here's the truth. I can only show you the door, but it's a dirty door.
Not very far from Edgewood, in historic Frederick, Maryland, are the biological warfare laboratories. Here, men and women of science are doing basically the same type of work as in other government, university, and industrial laboratories. A combination of medical and public health research. While I was at Fort Detrick, I was able to follow partway through an experiment to determine the effectiveness of an agent. Volunteers are important to the testing picture. For many years, information has been needed on the effect of a biological warfare attack on man, so that we can have a better understanding of how to defend ourselves against it. The volunteers were a picked group. They had received psychiatric interviews to determine their maturity and reliability, as well as mental outlook. Medical histories and laboratory checks on the volunteers had been extremely stringent. Any history of a chronic disease, any allergic reaction or nervous disorder was a cause for rejection. Volunteers were given the opportunity to drop out at any time. I was to watch the progress of the experiment from the control room. The volunteers had been positioned in cubicles on the outside of the test sphere, a hollow steel ball 40 feet in diameter, in which a cloud of biological warfare agent can be generated. Through a series of controllable valves and a face mask, it was possible to expose a person in each cubicle to a measured volume of biological aerosol from the sphere. I said before I was able to follow part way through the experiment, the final part. As was expected, the volunteers were temporarily incapacitated, but within a short time they were up and around, completely recovered. They had the satisfaction of having played an important part in obtaining information, which would immediately be given to the Public Health Service to bolster our defenses against disease. Research has led to many scientific findings beneficial to mankind, such as a perfected vaccine for controlling industrial anthrax, a usually fatal disease of cattle and sheep. Still another accomplishment, protective devices for the safe handling of disease-causing microorganisms and their harmful products. Just a few of the many byproducts of biological warfare research.
At the U.S. Army Chemical Corps Proving Ground, tests were conducted using an F-100 aircraft equipped with an experimental spray device developed by one of the large aviation companies. One purpose of these tests was to establish the feasibility of producing BW aerosols in the most effective particle size range as a low-level line source from high-speed aircraft. Wind tunnel tests had shown that effective aerosols could be produced by discharging the BW agent into a high-velocity airstream. To confirm the wind tunnel test data, an aerial mission was conducted using a BW incapacitating agent. Flying at subsonic speed, the F-100 disseminated the liquid agent along a 15-mile line upwind of the test grid. Data from these tests were used to determine the effective coverage that could be expected with an operational type spray system employing the basic principles of the experimental device. This study showed that one fighter aircraft flying on the deck and dispensing 2 wing tanks of a liquid BW agent would cause infection in more than 50% of the populace in an area 125 miles long by 30 miles deep. 3 large aircraft could release sufficient agent to infect over 50% of the people in an area equivalent to a belt 140 miles wide, extending from New York to Chicago, comparable to the total area of Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Indiana.
When the COVID-19 began sweeping across the U.S., New York City quickly became epicenter of the outbreak.
We are dying. I feel like a sheep going to slaughter.
Some 240 miles away, in a quiet town in Maryland, is Fort Detrick, where the U.S. government conducts experiments on dangerous pathogens, including close siblings of the novel coronavirus. As a military research base studying infectious diseases, its history has been enshrouded in much secrecy. In 1942, it became the birthplace of America's secret biowarfare research facility. Bacteria studied in the biological warfare labs at Fort Detrick included anthrax, a deadly and highly infectious agent. During World War II, the US government ordered 1 million anthrax bombs from the base. When the Cold War began, the CIA used the base to conduct secret mind control experiments on humans that often involved unwitting American citizens and Soviet prisoners. Shielded behind national security, military scientists freely tested cruel and illegal procedures on human subjects while searching for truth serum, as well as other drugs used in assassinating foreign leaders. In the end, the project ended in abysmal failure and it was shut down by the US government in the 1970s.
All right, that was the U.S. military admitting they were learning how to spray pathogens over cities. Now, doesn't this look more like the spraying they were just talking about? But it's not 2 aircraft. It's hundreds of aircraft spraying us at the same time. And I can only imagine what they are spraying. Slow poisoning of our people, and they'll blame it on disease X. Commercial Fisherman standing by. We need help.
Mute off. Very interesting, right? Only mad scientists would spray populations. Evil people. That's not the kind of weapons you want. This is 12 hours ago over Tennessee and Kentucky. It doesn't matter who outlaws these people, man. But I am glad to see it on a federal level getting attention. I don't think I loaded that. It's gonna get dark really quick. That's 12 hours ago, so it's about 6 o'clock. But they continually sprayed Tennessee, Ohio again, all through the night. Continuously sprayed people. Here's our new storm this morning. Let's see how that builds up. Lots of frequency waves in this. Overlapping frequency waves. Daytime heating, huh? Storms used to build up daytime heating. They just didn't ignite through the night. It seems so unusual. Not really see anything in it. Alright, I wonder what they're going to do to us today. It's a pretty long video already. Oh, yeah, there's more to it. I don't know how often Spain and them gets a hurricane. Go live. We're obviously about to get a storm here. A tropical storm coming at us. They keep playing with it. They got the spin going out here now, so they should have it going here pretty quick. I seen the machine turn on. Oh, one day too many. The machine turned on yesterday evening to get the spin going. I believe we're going to have another hurricane. They already had it in the forecast and they took it out. But there's the machine spinning the thing. In my opinion, maybe both machines. They had two machines last time. But you can see the spin going. Thank you to the Warriors that are 21 minutes. I can only imagine it's just a few of you, but give me a comment. And the Warriors that are standing by is probably the ones that has been commenting. They have been truly amazing. I wish I'd gave you a gratification in the beginning there, but it's pretty early and I'm just waking up good. Had my first coffee with no sugar. Do not eat any sugar. You talking about master evil people. Let's put your kids on drugs right away. When you go cash a check at a bank, what did they give your kid? Lollipop. It's got sugar in it. That's a drug, my friend. Anything that's a concentrate's a drug. We label things differently than they do, but sugar is a drug. If you're addicted to it, it's not a drug. It's a drug. Caffeine's a drug. Weather control is a drug to these people. They love controlling us. They love when they see the X in the sky. They make hurricanes and make people cry. They're lunatics. People want to know, how could they do all this? Billion-dollar industry. They have no problem doing this to us. Lunatics has no problem killing us. I thank each and every one of y'all listening to my voice. Y'all know we are truly in trouble. They have surrounded us with some incredible technologies that does some pretty amazing things. Too bad it all could have been used for good. Greed really does corrupt the mind, my friends. I have never cared about money. All my whole life, the ocean has provided for me. I didn't go out and buy 20 boats to try to get bigger. I enjoyed what I had. And it was never much. But they've destroyed it over and over again, and they just did it again. Lose everything we had this time besides a few pieces. I love these laser lines and all. That's just so unusual. Stand by, friends. Be aware. We are endangered. World War III is already upon us. We're about to lose our military. All they got to do is switch the Velcro patch, and it's over. Commercial Fisherman standing by as I watch him completely manipulate my weather system here in Florida. I'm going to make a little separate video on that, something shorter. But I just wanted to show the pathogens. There was a lady wanting to know what even it was. Our schools have failed the students in every way. The greatest thing I did for myself was quit school. When I was 16, I went to work. Maybe that's why I'm so much more in tune than everybody else. I was a captain of a commercial fishing boat by the time I was 18. Don't sound like much, but to me it was a big achievement. Lasers, cell phone towers, next reds, they're all working together. Very clear there, and that's where I'm going to start out the next video. Thank you to the warriors standing by. Commercial Fisherman out.